Hello everyone and welcome to my review for Kengan chapter 82. We got a very interesting chapter this week with the start, real start of round 5. Excuse any background noise. We have landscapers in our neighborhood right now, so that's what that is if you can hear it. So the first interesting thing has to be that the other worm members did not know about Nidon being a member of the worm. Like, Jiaji is shocked, Edward Wu is surprised, and the Tiger's vessel is surprised that Nidon is a member of the worm. So, I was right last week about Nidon not being the Tiger's vessel, about him coming out last chapter sort of being like a red herring. Now, we have to wonder, who is the Tiger's vessel? Well, based on where he's standing, his facial expressions, and his interactions with Wang Fang, it's Dongqing. Listen, people. This chapter basically confirms it, that Dongqing is the Tiger's vessel. I mean, he's got the narrow eyes like him. He's got that facial expression. And when Wang Feng asks him, what did Nidon say to you? He's like, oh, I don't know, I didn't really understand it. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious that last week what had happened was Nidon was like, oh yeah, I'm a member of the worm. So then Dongqing was like, what? And then you have the stuff this week with the Tiger's vessel being like, huh, what? That's interesting. I didn't even know this guy was a part of the worm. I wonder if there are other worm members in here, which I think there are. And then when Wang Feng asks him about it, he's like, nothing. It didn't make sense to me either. I'm like, you are bullshitting. Dongqing is the Tiger's vessel. There you have it, folks. So I have a feeling he's probably going to fight Oma now. That'll be interesting. Now, who do I think the other worm members are? I kind of doubt Wang Feng is at this point. It seems less likely to me now. I mean, it's still a possibility, I guess, but the fact that Dongqing would keep that from him makes it seem like he's not. I think LeBanner could be. I think LeBanner may be a replacement for the real LeBanner because earlier on in the story, someone asked LeBanner about him fighting Jose one time. I think fighting Jose. And he didn't have any recollection of it. He was like, oh, I guess I forgot. And that seems like kind of a hint. I mean, LeBanner's a bit of an airhead, but that doesn't sound like something someone would just completely forget about. So I think LeBanner's a pretty good candidate for being a member of the worm. Tarashi, of course, being so fucking weird and potentially being a clone of Agito. And I guess Liu Qian is also a possibility. So that's all very interesting stuff. Now, the other interesting things come from Nidon himself. Apparently he is a high-ranking member of the worm, based on the white or silver tattoo that he had, which is interesting. It seems we're learning a lot more lore about how the worm works. So I guess them not knowing who the other worm members are is supposed to prevent them from, like, exposing the entire organization. At least that's what Edward thinks. And that's pretty interesting stuff. And Nidon says that he's the real Nidon Monkbok and that his bok is genuine. So, if I had to guess, I would assume that high-ranking worm members are like... why would you need to replace a Purgatory fighter with a high-ranking worm member when you can just have a worm member join Purgatory? So I have a feeling all of the, like, imposter replacement worm members are lower-ranking members, and then the real guys are high-ranking members. So that's all very interesting stuff. Now, Gao is trying to use his various techniques. He uses, what's it called, like the Earth-Shrinking Dragon? That doesn't work. It's kicked in the face immediately. He tries to use another move called, I think it's Uncoiling Serpent? Yes, Uncoiling Serpent Fist, and that doesn't work at all. And Nidon tells him, you'd better go for the kill sooner, you're going to die. So it would seem one of my predictions from last week were right in that Nidon is going to force Ryuki into a position where he's going to have to try and kill Nidon, which will be interesting to see what happens. Now, for Nidon himself, we do see him use grappling. I'm not particularly familiar with Mongolian wrestling, but as we have seen in previous fights in the series, is that grappling fights are usually a lot more technical and have a lot more strategy going on to them. So I think we will probably have the best fight of the tournament so far with this fight, just based on how much more complex choreography is required to have a grappling fight. Like, just go back and read Okubo versus Agido. Like, the whole thing was all technical and them switching in and out of different types of grappling and Okubo switching from grappling to throwing, and it was all really interesting, well organized stuff, which I think is a big contrast from a lot of the other fights in this tournament so far, which is just them hitting each other, basically, except for, I guess, Falcon versus Rahido. I still think that was probably the best fight of this tournament so far, but we may have a new best fight with this. So that's really all I have to say about the chapter this week. I have a feeling that Gao will not win this fight. Like, not beat Nidon and get the win for Kengan. I feel like something bad is going to happen for Ryuki this fight. But we'll just have to see. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my reviews. I do Kengan Omega reviews every week on Thursdays. If you enjoy other series such as Record of Ragnarok, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Chainsaw Man, I do videos on those series as well, so if you're interested in those, you should definitely check out my channel. If you enjoyed discussing Kengan Omega with other people, or you just enjoy the content I produce on my channel, you should definitely check out my Discord server. I have a link to it on my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.